We're back and gearing up for Game 3. We're Clutch Gaming Challenge Team Liquid. We're going to start with the starting lineups. On the blue side is going to be Team Liquid with Impact up in the top lane, Xmithie in the jungle, Jensen in mid, Doublelift in CoreJJ at bot and support, with the coaches Kane and Dodo.
And selecting red side for this matchup is Clutch Gaming. Top lane Huni, jungle Lira, mid Damonte, bottom Cody Sun, support Vulcan, and Coach Mick Scragg on stage.
It's been an exciting week in the LCS. Yesterday was full of upsets, but Team Liquid maintained their hold of first place. They defeated fellow first place team Golden Guardians.
Yeah, it was a really big win for them versus Golden Guardians. They separate themselves from the larger pack that were tied for first place, heading in with all 6 of those teams. And now, looking ahead towards Rift Rivals, Team Liquid have crafted their own win streak that they're looking to join the international competition, once again trying to look strong. Especially Impact, he won Player of the Game. He had a huge performance on that Aatrox, and he was one of their best performers at MSI, so he's definitely looking to continue that streak.
Yeah, definitely an impressive player. And of course, despite Impact's big game, he did talk about in the interview, talking about Clutch Gaming tomorrow, that he is mindful of his opponents. Huni has been playing more selflessly, and it's given more options for the Clutch Gaming sort of lineup.
I mean, Huni looked strong yesterday. His Aurelia, he got multi-man stuns at the Baron around for a very big turnaround fight. And it also helps them that Cody Sun has joined the roster. He had another deathless game. They really have found that stability in the bottom half of the map, and it seems like it is allowing the other players to play better as well.
Yeah, definitely have been impressed by Cody Sun so far this split. We are ready to go into Champion Select here, as Clutch have been making their moves up the standings, only a game behind first place as they've been surging of late. But Team Liquid, your 3-time consecutive LCS champions in first place themselves right now, are tough opponents. And Huni's Rumble has been dropped off.
Yep, first ban right off of the table. Karma following suit very quickly. Keep on mentioning the 9-12 buffs, but they were ginormous.
Huge.
Had so much speed to the team now. Aatrox and Aurelia, very common as far as our flex pick power picks that are left, with the Sylas pretty much taken off of that list. Cloud9 had 1 game on it, but definitely priority greatly reduced.
Yeah, and Ryze kind of has disappeared as well. I'm actually surprised he's gone from pro play. His solo queue win rate was fine, but that means we can have Ryze buffs, and maybe he'll be a valuable champion in solo queue.
Don't say those words, freak.
I think Ryze buffs could be valuable if he's ever, not a 43% win rate champion, as Olaf is off the table, and that is the interesting one. Of course, Lira apparently wasn't going to sign up for the tank versus tank duty of Sejuani versus Trundle. Will we have our 3rd straight Sejuani first pick, as Yuumi is banned?
He might not sign up for it, but he could be enlisted, maybe.
Yeah, it's true. Drafted into it. All right. Is it Sejuani? Or do they think Lira doesn't care enough about it that they can pick it later on?
Honestly, there are other good options in the meta right now, but
Sona's up.
It's going to be all about how Team Liquid want to play, right? I mean, Doublelift doesn't seem like they greatly enjoyed their Sona Taric games, though they were effective.
Sure. Oh, look, it's Sejuani. Everyone is surprised. Wow.
mild shock Pikachu face.
I was going with the Picard mild shock, but
I like the Pikachu face.
I think it's a good one too.
Xmithie back on Sejuani.
Yep. Tag at LCS official. Do you prefer Pikachu or Picard mild shock? Pikachu probably wins.
I want to see Freak's version of the Pikachu face. I'll take a picture of it. And
well, Lux comes through. We finally have Lux coming in here. We had a lot of other sports coming in. This time we do have the Lux. The Skarner for Lira is on the table. So there's the jungles picked up. No Trundle in the Olaf ban.
I mean, it is an...
Oh, look at Sona.
All right, you can stop now.
I'm sorry, I really am.
Pikachu face champ select. The Skarner, though, is another, very viable option versus the Sejuani, right? You're another one of those frontliners, and you get that pick priority. You can use it on the Tahm Kench. Because there is a Tahm Kench on the team, obviously you're going to have to watch out for whoever is close by for the Devours, but Tahm Kench is a very viable target as well.
Sure.
A lot of the times you can actually burst him down before he gets out of the ultimate stun and can thick skin.
Yeah, he's going to probably get a QSS pretty early on after his upgraded Sight Stone, and that'll be the first pit stop.
Great, that makes him more squishy.
It does. You can just kill him with Caitlyn instead, or, bait with a light binding, who knows what. But Caitlyn Lux, definitely a very strong 2-on-2 lane. I actually expect them to have a lot of pressure here against Sona Tahm Kench. There shouldn't be a lot of easy answers back, and Doublelift will generally run out of mana before he's able to actually push them off.
Yeah, and it seems like a very quintessential Cody Sun Vulcan lane here. Cody Sun likes to be the huge damage source later in the game for team fights. But as you said, the lane phase can be so oppressive. Sona, Tahm, Kench has very, very little to deal with Lux bindings being spammed out and the long-range harassment from Caitlyn. I wonder if it's even going to be difficult going for Klepto procs for the Sona in exchange for, you know, the health that you're going to have to use for it, because you don't have the extra healing of the Taric supporting it this time around.
Yeah. Keep in mind, we have seen things like coin Sona be the farm lane there, where you know you're going to drop some CS, so you just take the coin, you get the gold that drops when the things when the things you don't kill, and you make your way up from there, though it is the rarer build. Gangplank and Camille the bans for Clutch's side here, really trying to remove a lot of top lane options. As Team Liquid throw 2 bans at mid, the Twisted Fate and LeBlanc are gone, and he'll just blind pick Azir instead.
Clutch Gaming are going really good late game here with Azir, Caitlyn, Lux, lots of long range for later. I think they're going to put Huni on a tank. I am definitely feeling a tank draft here. If you have 2 tanks in front of this type of backline, that will be a very potent team fight. The other option, of course, the other option, of course, is to try and have a split pusher, a 1v1 artist to try and answer, but it looks like this might be the case. Jayce, some poke and long range answered here with Team Liquid. That could go to the mid lane, by the way, for Jensen. Jayce was one of the old picks that people used into Azir. You try and poke him early, you get early lethality. These hoverovers, that might come into question.
Sure. Yeah, you can go for heavy poke, of course. You can look at things like Zoe coming through in the mid lane, as Akali will be grabbed up. That's not now a champion that Huni can play for himself, and can be flexible, of course. We can see those in either role right now, so something to kind of consider on the Clutch Gaming side.
Typically, Impact has been their Jayce player for Team Liquid.
Yes.
I believe all of their LCS games have been in that order, but they could pull a switcheroo here. What will the answer be if they do expect Impact to be taking the Jayce? Once again, we have our second LCS Sylas after the huge rounds of nerfs, really hitting the wave clear as well as delaying the shield, since you have to land your stun on the chain. Some people have started using in the jungle, by the way, as another option, but we'll see how Huni does up versus the Jayce once again.
Yeah, definitely gonna be an interesting one right here. I do like the texture of Clutch's comp, but you mentioned they're very, very good late game with the Azir Caitlyn backline. I agree, it's very strong. I like how easy it is to segue your early game lead that you expect to have from the dual lane and the bot lane, move it around the map into the mid game, you knock another turret down with the Caitlyn Lux siege, and then by the time your opponents have caught up, you've kind of gotten close to that 3-item Azir point. And it really does transition pretty nicely right here. Team Liquid have plenty of carries to support with this Sona. The Jayce is top end, as you mentioned. The Akali is mid, and they're going to get a lot of shielding and healing and help from the Tahm Kench. 2 tanks in the front line for the Team Liquid side, Sejuani and that Tahm Kench. Only the one here, just the Skarner for Clutch's side, so a straight-up team fight might be a little bit more difficult for them, but we'll see how they can play through their bottom lane. That seems like the important point for me here.
All right, Team Liquid heading towards MSI, have crafted their own win streak, looking to enter strong. And Clutch Gaming surging from the bottom of the standings off the back of some strong Cody Sun reliability and Huni's gameplay improving.
And we are going to be on to the Rift. Team Liquid, your first place team. As Optic is keeping up as well. We'll see them later on. Similar for TSM. Clutch Gaming, wow, a lot of losses. 4 and 340. That is not the record you want to see in the LCS. You thought I didn't believe in them on the dive. How about saying 340 losses? That's rough. That's not how I feel about this team.
All right, well, they're going for the invade right now. This is, I believe we had a stack Team Liquid too. All right, they just kill the ward and back out. No face check there.
Money comes across lots of players. I actually don't know what a 5-man ward XP, if it's enough to actually get level 2. I've only really seen it with 3.
I know that you can definitely get it with 3. I think even 4, but 5 might be stretching it.
Core knocks down a zombie ward.
Minions have spawned.
Runes at work. Just donated 1 gold. CoreJJ smashing the bot lane matchup. actually not true. Vulcan is 15 from hitting Spell Thieves.
And it is the Spell Thieves for Doublelift, so he's going for those autos. Collect those Spell Thieves as usual, even without the extra healing from the Taric. He's got the Tahm Kench there in case the all-in happens.
Yeah.
Tahm Kench looking to eat Doublelift out of bindings, so he doesn't get hit with the infamous trap binding combination.
Yeah, that's very scary.
But also for late game, this Tahm Kench pick in favor of denying Skarner ultimates. So it's mainly in the adaptation there instead of the classic Sona Taric.
As minions go down, it's going to be none missed, actually. Cody Sun has all of them, although he might have actually last hit the ward, so he might have actually missed one. And the scoreboard lies to you. But none of that farm is going to be lost on the Team Liquid side as they all come forward. Tongue Lash grabs one, and they'll wait for the push for some more of this. Nice little poke towards Vulcan. And early game, it is going to be CoreJJ taking all of the farm, so we'll track how much he can be denied.
And I do like Doublelift going for the poke onto Vulcan. It's less easy for Vulcan to sustain. It's the fleet footwork Caitlyn with super long range. I feel like, even though he's got an extra potion.
Yeah, I agree.
The damage is definitely going to stick.
Sustain is definitely easier on the one side. Almost hits that bind. That was a close one there. Now shots toward Cody Sun. The shield comes out. Pretty much instant cast, actually. It shields instantly. And then you play the animation on your own character. You don't move right away. Pretty easy to block those ones out. And top lane fights go back and forth as Huni comes in, but doesn't seem like he landed the stun. And now taking even bigger hits. In fact, having a good start to this one. Of course, there's a big wave to farm, but that wave clear is slow. Big poke on a CoreJJ, still level 1.
He barely got out in time to avoid that trap as well. Walks off the edge. Pushed under turret as usual for a Sona lane here with a Tahm Kench, and especially so with this long-range assault from Cody Sun and Vulcan. Caitlyn and Lux is expected to get some early turret plates for themselves as well as a large CS lead.
Good damage there. Huni's shield falls off, the auto comes in, and Impact trades him back.
And Huni, by the way, we had him on Countdown last week, and he was the one to say, yes, the Sylas nerfs, look very big on paper, but he felt like it was still very much a viable LCS and competitive champion. So now we get to see him actually prove it, right? I love when we actually get to see the players put up. Now he's getting ganked.
And that's going to be juking out of the way, taking very little damage, actually. It doesn't even need the shield.
Spam emote after that one.
Yeah, that is, for me, it's Jay, by the way. I just tag that one and up something goes. Control 7 also
thanks
works.
for the keybind.
Yeah, just update. I don't know what other people use, but for me, I press J. And then the emote comes up. What's on your emote wheel, Kobe? Do you know off the top of your head?
I got the Blitzcrank question mark for sure.
Love it. Lux thumbs up?
I do not have the Lux thumbs up. I like the crab. I got the smiley crab.
Okay, there's some damage on a Cody Sun as they trade back and forth, and right now it's 27-16, so it is Cody Sun forced to drop some farm. You have to imagine Caitlyn should drop pretty much 0 across the landing phase so far. They slowly work their way forward. Cody Sun 300 gold up from all that, but pretty decent gold on the Sona here. As Vulcan runs over, the first roam across the map puts a pretty forward trinket ward, 2 of them actually, and says, okay, this is around the time that you would gank us. So now we're going to start tracking Xmithie here. I like that kind of move. Should make them feel very safe in this bot lane.
Yeah, they see him up by the Raptor pit, so should be easy to track. No, he's not got a lot else to do on the map except for spend some time passing by. See him on another ward. That means Lira knows he's clear up on top side, but Impact goes for the recall after pushing in. He does not greed for turret plate damage with Lira's whereabouts unknown.
Top lane resets with a 10 CS difference. There was a gank by Xmithie, but it didn't do all that much. But we come in with the ability power coming in towards Huni. The serrated Dirk, though, done for Impact means he can be quite aggressive if he wants to be. Resets have already come through. And Impact actually will walk his way back to lane, so if there is a bot lane fight, Impact can join it. Huni cannot. And will actually probably catch the push in time as well. It's very, very good time by Impact, means that recall loses him almost
they're baiting.
Nothing. Lira unseen coming in.
Xmithie fully seen by Clutch, though. They had 2 wards and knew he was in the area.
Yeah.
So Lira's waiting for this counter.
And they know he left down the river as well, so they're going to push forward, look for damage in a core. Damage was Doublelift maybe as well, and out goes Lira's recall. He's going to have a jungle to farm pretty soon. Wolves are up. Gold right now is Clutch gaming ahead, largely through the bottom lane. They've already gotten 1 plate, and they're working towards the second pretty soon. Damage towards Doublelift. Not going to land that Q, though. But Doublelift running low on mana. Has the TP when it needs to get back. Easily has mana for a tier, or money for a tier.
I have to say, CoreJJ, I feel like is doing pretty good on the CS on Tahm Kench, by the way.
Yeah.
Tongue Lash definitely helps out a lot with that. So a little bit more than usual Taric numbers.
Yeah, and of course, very high base attack damage. The passive helps as well. Percentage of his own max health is extra damage right here as Doublelift is going to get bound. That is massive damage, but look at the shielding coming back in. There's just enough. They layered it all, and I think Core was rooted, couldn't devour him.
Yeah, he was a bit too far. So they were approaching. I feel like...
That was just huge.
Excuse me, had to sneeze. I feel like they knew that there was possible danger in that brush because they were initially approaching together, and then Doublelift starts walking crooked in a zigzag there. Oh, they had...
Oh, he's warded.
They had a ward. Or they have a ward. Back to live.
Can't see him too much. Oh, he autoed too early. He could have gotten the E. He autoed too early, could have gotten the slow power chord. Maybe sets up for a Tongue Lash.
Yeah. All right, Dragon being taken meanwhile, though. Lira on the Spire with Skarner, easily able to take it down with Vulcan's extra DPS. Doublelift tries to stop the back there, but it doesn't register damage in time. So Cody Sun not delayed. That's very big.
The Mountain Drake, which actually in this situation is actually really valuable early game because it is a Caitlyn sieging these turrets. And the more you damage them, the more they get extra armor, which true damage can ignore. So actually this could be a very strangely impactful early Mountain Drake.
Yeah, here's another look at it from the TL side of Vision.
Oh, that root, huge.
Yeah, they felt like it was there was some danger in there, but if you do, then you have to approach with Tahm Kench a lot closer. Sona is very liable to getting bursted down, and if the binding hits both, it binds the Tahm Kench too far away to save Doublelift. That's what they were banking on as their safety for stopping this recall.
Yep.
And that is just props to Vulcan, landing the double binding there for them to 100% the Sona and really give the money over to Cody Sun. This is going to fund Infinity Edge progress.
Yep. You know what Huni said Sylas' landing wasn't so bad? Just take Jayce and be Jayce. Now your landing's good. He's ranged. That's going to be a stun, though. This could be really big damage. The Bindling going to land. Well, it's going to hit both, but doesn't matter. The shields are in, but Cody Sun will be stunned, and he will be taken down. Doublelift now on the board, answering back from that kill from earlier.
Yeah, quick answer, actually. The Abyssal Voyage from CoreJJ brings Xmithie right behind him in lane. They may have it warded up. They may have gotten the burst damage kill onto Doublelift earlier. However, even at the level 6 Abyssal Voyage has enough range to get behind them in lane for constantly pushing Caitlyn and Lux. Nice answer there from Team Liquid.
Yeah.
Cody Sun did not burn his flash, though. Knew he was dead, so did at least save the summoner spell. But here's another look at it. Really nice pull as CoreJJ is able to get Xmithie right behind him.
The net puts him right in a Sejuani queue, so gets interrupted out of it, gets basically no distance. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, as soon as that happens, you're like, oh, I'm not flashing.
Definitely
You
dead.
got me.
100% always does. So smart there, but a good setup. Doublelift got the flash stun. That was a good shot. And yeah, CoreJJ right over the wall, gets enough distance. And Jensen feeling frisky in the mid lane. Gonna hit Damonte a little bit.
Technically, it's a flash dance.
It is actually, it's technically a stun. It just plays an animation of you dancing.
Stun dance.
I like that one.
It's our new hit.
Stun dance.
Bring it to the club.
I love it. It's a very, very short track. About a second and a half long. More if you wear fancy shoes, or less, I guess. Well, Cody Sun, almost in range to be slowed, but can't quick at the auto attack Doublelift. Shield comes in regardless, lines them both up, and that is blocked cleanly enough. Sightstone is completed already here for Doublelift. Looks like it's actually not quite done for the Lux yet. 496 needs to do it literally once more, and then that'll be ready for Vulcan. So Doublelift wins that raid. Out they go. No gank.
They really, really are trying to make this work on top side. Another pass from Xmithie. They were hoping Huni would take that bait, but Huni has turned a new leaf, you know? Playing more defensively, not giving openings to jungler ganks, and Xmithie has made multiple passes on the top side, but avoided very well by Huni thus far. So Xmithie does settle for the Rift Herald take, and we'll pick up the objective for Team Liquid instead.
And we'll have 3 minutes to burn it before plates drop, and likely gets 2 or more out of it. Arm guard done for Huni, finds himself in a fight against Impact, puts the shield up, actually really good damage here. Now turns back into Jayce himself, and puts puts on some shots. Or actually, oh my god! Look at that! Huni presses 17 different skills and kills Impact.
Now that was impressive. At first, you could see him respecting the jungler. And he's like, okay, fine, you're going for the trade. And at some point, he's just like, I'm not taking this anymore.
Yeah. He uses every button on Jayce and Sylas and kills him outright.
That was actually really quick, too. Steals it and immediately goes for the full combo. Once his Conqueror is procced, by the way. So he waits until the Conqueror is procced, gets the true damage conversion, goes all out with the Jayce transformation, and out Jayces the Jayce.
Huni was right. He can do it all. Just smashes Impact there from a deficit, was down in gold, not anymore. And now Damonte has to get away from Jensen. This game right now still tied in gold, though. We've got equivalences pretty much across. The CS difference is very small in most locations. Within 4 everywhere but the bot lane because it's a Sona lane. Guess what? That's how it works.
All right, guess what? Jungler's bottom once again. Lira picks up this crab and attempts another counter gank. Constantly shadowing here.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. Chomps him out of the Piltover Peacemaker, but otherwise Doublelift takes most of that hit. Even gets Summoner heal out of CoreJJ, so a pretty meaningful shot right there.
All right, this is Huni's vision, by the way. He knows they're on Riftfield, so initially he's like, okay, the jungler could be coming, but as soon as Conqueror procs, you steal the Jayce, boom, boom, boom. Empowered Aftershock, or Blast right there, and is able to finish off the kill.
Fast attack speed, he's suddenly ranged and works out pretty well for him.
All right, FLICKR Gaming gonna start up the dragon here, burn down the Ocean Drake. Xmithie goes for the steal over the top.
He has flash to get out if it gets really hairy for him, so are they gonna go for the smite? It looks like yes, they find the stun. Who's gonna smite this one? And it goes to Xmithie. CoreJJ saves Doublelift. But here comes Skarner. Beautiful crescendo, but it's still going to be enough damage. I will still take that trade. Drake goes over to Team Liquid at the cost of 1 champion.
Yep, turret plates were being taken by Impact, so Huni teleports top to try to put a stop to it.
He's got a Akali ult. That's maybe enough to go for round 2. Doesn't go for it just yet.
He misses the stun, so
yeah,
you can't go all in if you miss that.
That's why you burn Akali first. Oh well. He settled down, but only for a moment, because Sejuani is flanking Clutch Gaming. Big damage towards Doublelift. Do they have the burst? It's going to be close. Sejuani over the wall, flashed away from the snow. One more auto. He needs another shield. This time, Cody Sun claims it. The root onto Xmithie, flashing in, is going to find that stun. One more auto gets the kill, and Cody Sun, he is in the wrong spot on this map. Finds a root, finds the stun in his own face, though, and Xmithie will slowly but surely find the double kill.
Battle Sejuani! Xmithie gets 2 kills on the bottom side. Doublelift went back out from under the turret for another bit of burst. Here's a pro view look at Xmithie's smite steals. They are legendary. He has done it on the international stage. First, he stuns the Skarner because he doesn't want to get suppressed, by the way. Skarner players' #1 trick around these objectives is to go in, Skarner ult the enemy jungler to suppress them, thus stopping summoner spells. But Xmithie, Galaxy Brain 1 step ahead, also uses the ultimate to stun him out of range so that he can smite. And Doublelift could have kept running under the turret, but he goes to get more damage on Cody Sun so that Xmithie can get the kill onto Vulcan and then turn for the double.
And at that point, it's a red buff Sejuani. You cannot run away from that. Far too much crowd control. A couple more autos come in. That is the double kill, so big money comes across. The Triumph Gold on top to make it even sweeter. Archangel's already beginning for Doublelift as that tier is stacking and is well beyond halfway.
All right, top side. The Huni show once again. He steals Jayce. Gonna use Jayce to take down his own turret. Plus the rest of the team comes to support him. And that is gonna be Clutch Gaming moving forward on the top half of the map.
Yep. Extra damage when he presses the button, gets that passer to go off. No one's around him, but you know, he can try. Pastes up the squad, and here comes the siege. This is what Caitlyn wants to do after getting some pressure bot lane, is run over to the top one, knock down 1 turret, go for a second, and no one's gonna defend it. Sona, of course, Doublelift will get plenty of damage down to the bot lane himself, but it is still 2 turrets claimed. Clutch Gaming sieging aggressively now into the mid game and have a currently 1,000 gold lead.
Doublelift doing his best to try and catch up on work here on the outer turret, proccing Sheen as quickly as possible, and will eventually even out that gold.
And now a play towards Jensen in the mid lane. Big damage on him. He's rooted in place, but still devoured and stays alive here.
Here comes Dark Jayce.
Oh! Core couldn't block the ulti coming across, so the two snipers in bottom lane played that kill.
Let me get a replay of that.
He didn't block Caitlyn.
Yeah, was something stopping him? Because that line was perfectly lined up, it looked like, but Cody Sun and Vulcan, the double snipe.
I think Jensen walked left to get away from Lux and instead duped his own teammate. So it looped around. Now mid lane gone as well. Clutch Gaming in less than as many minutes. 3 turret kills picked up now. 2 through top, 1 through mid. And looking good at a 1,500 gold lead.
Yeah, I mean, initially it was a completely split map. Top side, all Clutch Gaming. Bottom side, all Team Liquid. But then the spillover turns it into a mid lane victory for Clutch Gaming. Take a look at this. Damonte goes in to start it off on Jensen, pushes him back into the rest of the team, and Vulcan does hit the light binding. That gets the Devour out. Then Jensen runs for the hills. CoreJJ, he walked a little bit to the wall side, and Jensen didn't have any room to dodge on that side because he was already up against the wall.
Yep.
Nicely lined up by Cody Sun and Vulcan, but also,
That's on Core.
yeah, misses the sidestep.
All right, well, top lane adder is going to go down, though. Team Liquid, as you mentioned, the fact that Clutch Gaming had all the left side wards off the reset, it's Team Liquid who were able to strike first up there, and they find an outer turret kill, bringing the game within 700. Once again, though, a play towards the mid lane as Jensen gets a lot of damage, and Cody Sun isolates himself. He ran downwards instead of towards his teammates, and of course, TL were coming for the tower dive, but Jensen does get that kill picked up. Down goes the Caitlyn. 3 deaths, actually, the primary target of Team Liquid.
Immediate repercussions here. Team Liquid strike back, able to get the mid lane kill. That means they should be able to get this dragon. 17 seconds left on Cloud Drake, and they're pushing in on bottom. Damonte's on the run.
And there's a fast Tahm Kench. Damonte has a turret for safety, but he is still stuck in 1v3. Big ult buys some space, but the damage likely to be there. The tanks are tanky, the damage is there. Damonte is gonna fall.
All right, Damonte goes down. Will they also now, after the kill, have time for the dragon? Looks like they should. Vulcan and Lira are scouting around to get a little bit of vision of it, but Team Liquid should be able to secure that dragon.
All right, second one for them. The first Ocean, now this Cloud. No Infernals today, actually, at all, across any of our games. Cloud Drake does go down. Bop. And we have a tied game in gold. Up in Drake to the Team Liquid side. Items coming through. Finally, double Luden's Echo in for the 2 mages of Clutch's side. But Seraph's completed and Lichbane very close behind for Doublelift is a pretty big deal, as Impact also has his Black Cleaver done and just sitting on that serrated Dirk, not turning it into anything just yet. Really, that didn't go quite as well as he wanted.
And the big damage from Sona doesn't really come through until you get that Lichbane. Once Doublelift can upgrade that, they will have a very, very strong damage profile. However, at the moment, he felt like he had to rush for that Seraph as quickly as possible. He's got the extra shield. We'll see if the team fight for Team Liquid with their Tahm Kench version is enough for the trade-offs. You know, you have the deny on Tahm Kench with your Devour and the Lux bindings, very key. But you do give up that AoE teamfight immunity to damage that Tarek brings for the hard engage and for forcing that 5-on-5.
Yeah. We can maybe find the burst. They just have to find it over the top of Tahm Kench. Who can save a single target pretty easily. Backline can be good, but might be out-sustained by the healing of Team Liquid. Cody Sun is going to sit in the mid lane. The only outer turret there is to kill, well, there's none. But Gaming have got them all already, so sieging's going to be a bit harder. Huni's going to walk away. Doesn't want to take a fight with Jensen inside the Shroud. Instead, it's Clutch Gaming with the high damage going for the Baron right now. And there is no one the wiser on TL. It's not spotted out. No one's doing anything about this. As long as they don't walk too close to that ward to the left. It's just outside of the control ward itself. So not disabled, but it gave them some safety. It made them feel like they were okay. This will not be checked in time. Sejuani's nearby, but it shouldn't be close enough. That will be claimed. The 2-man Baron and Lira just runs right away. And now Jensen's got to be a bit careful as Huni's around. Jumps over the wall. Steals the Akali, burns the flash. Out they go. What a Baron sneak for Clutch.
Huge here for Clutch. Now they can push. You know, you talked about the AP items being completed for their solo laners. Damonte, after the early burst damage, which has become so popular for Azir, is now transitioning into some of the attack speed. Stinger picked up, will be looking for that Nashor's Tooth later on, and with Baron buff, see how much Clutch can actually get off of it to fund those builds.
They might try right now, but Core has QSS, so it's not a good target. Lira takes a couple of shots. as he runs away and loses the move speed buffs. Xmithie just waiting in the wings, though. Not going to find their openings just yet, though. TL able to walk back from this one. Clutch Gaming the same.
All right, Nashor's was also completed by Damonte. So he does have the DPS output here on the backline for Clutch. If they just bring together Lira frontline, they can definitely siege up. They're definitely worried about the flash ultimate from Doublelift once again, though. You need to spread your carries in situations like this. Can't have your Sona right next, or can't have your Caitlyn right next to your Lux, as the Sona threat is real.
One top lane, though, steals the Jayce farm. In comes Xmithie, finds some damage. He's going to find the Sun and Huni now. Do they have the burst damage? Oh, certainly they do, as the rest of the squad comes by as well. Unfair, 4-1, and it's not even close. TL picked that one up. The turret's gone, and they can keep going for more.
What a rotation from Team Liquid. They cut off the split pusher. Clutch Gaming hesitant to put out any pressure even with that Baron buff, and so they go take out Huni, and they're the ones on the inhibitor turret.
There's that next push right there. A couple of shots, but it'll reach all the way back up to full HP. Damonte does answer his own tier 2 turret, so something is picked up with the Baron buff and the Luden's Echo, and there's the split. There is the advantage gained. 2 turrets to 1. I would usually take that as cost of a kill, but it is during your own Baron buff. You do expect to come out ahead. Has yet to happen. Drake will be alive during the Baron buff. That's probably theirs as well. As now all 6 outside the base turrets have been claimed. Clutch Gaming sieging gets harder from here, but a rapid fire cannon Caitlyn is very good at picking down turrets.
Yeah, that's about as good as you can get. Xmithie goes in on Huni, gets the knockup, then sets his own ultimate up with his E-stun. They have plenty of damage with all 4 members arriving at the end. And as you know, they finished up the turret afterwards. Now it's about setting up here because Caitlyn, it's not just the long-range auto attacks. The traps do so much for setting up and sieging, making it hard for your opponents to find that hard engage. And then it has to be flashes from Doublelift or Xmithie from Team Liquid to make the really big outplay and find those kills. And it gets harder because Lira is the front line. He's picked up his own QSS on Skarner, knowing that the Sona ultimate will usually be going through him, aimed at someone on the back line.
There's Merc at some point now as well. Damonte gonna kite away, doesn't want to get hit by Xmithie as wards come down and Clutch Gaming really try to own this bottom jungle. 12 seconds left on the Baron buff as the Cloud Drake is up, but Damonte takes poke and getting lightly healed. They're gonna walk back down to the river. Still looking for the bait, not gonna find the root though, and Team Liquid able to stay safe right here. Jensen still pushing the top end. It's actually a 5v4. If they can bring the whole squad around. Sylas over the wall. They're coming for it now. They find the first root. Lira on the front line. Gonna find a bit of damage with him. Big backline access. Azir only wants to disengage. Lira gets out of the shield. And here comes the sun. Only under 1. But the kill still comes through. Team Liquid get that first kill. Jensen claims the second under the turret as Huni running away. Same for Damonte trying to stay alive. They might just find the next kill. They've almost got the damage. But did they go too far? Team Liquid have low health bars. But Xmithie again the battle. Sejuani claims kill number 3. A 3-for-0 team fight. Team Liquid winning the mid game.
And we are getting a look at that burst damage and also the healing from Sona.
Yeah.
The sustain for Team Liquid in the mid game, always the highlight in these Sona comps, whether you've got Tarek or not. And Team Liquid will use that team fight victory to surround Lira.
He's gonna have a really hard time getting away from this one. They are all around him. Damonte cannot help. 4 unanswered kills. The inhibitor certain to fall. A Drake when they wanted the Baron still 90 seconds away. The inhib is gone. 30 seconds on Lira to respawn. A little bit of poke from Caitlyn, not gonna mean enough though. And out goes Team Liquid after a huge victory in the mid game.
Yeah, and they have another dragon to pick up on the way out. Cloud Drake number 2 will give them even more move speed. Reset should be very easy as well. There's nothing for Clutch to answer with. Let's take another look at how it all started out because they get such a nice setup here. All right. The Lux combo is used, but look at that Jayce-empowered shock blast from Impact. Off of the back of Xmithie's Sejuani stun, he annihilates 3 members, half of their HP gone on the side of Clutch, and they have to scatter. After that, it's a chase down from Team Liquid. Sona's speed allowing them to get under the tower, and even though Huni steals Sona ultimate and turns it around on them under the turret, they get off the heal beforehand. There's no damage behind it. So nobody from Team Liquid goes down, and they also picked up the Huni kill.
Big pickups there. The only healing reduction picked up now for Clutch Gaming is the Merlinomicon. There is no Ignite on this squad unless Vulcan spellbook's over. Executioner's not in, Merlinomicon not in for anyone but Huni, and he's not hitting great targets all the time.
Yeah.
That's Sona doing work in these team fights.
The heals and shields are definitely strong, and the death cap is on the way for Doublelift as well. That is going to be a big, big power spike.
500 gold away.
Already hitting like a truck.
And it's gonna soon be a convoy of trucks hitting people as Vulcan spots the fog of war, but Baron is alive. We know Team Liquid can start that kind of whatever they want. They'll have infinite health, infinite mana, and they can re-engage quickly with their high movement speed. Again, spotted out by the Lux, but this doesn't matter. Huni trading shock blasts with impact in the top lane. They're still pushing forward. This could be the fight yet again as Damonte stays safe, puts up a new turret.
Look at this fight over the minion wave. All of them have died because the super minions from the side of Team Liquid killed them off. So Clutch are between Team Liquid and Team Liquid's towers. Now they're just racing down.
And there's a wave top lane, so that's actually a pretty easy claim. Top and Hip will drop. They use it to end the game, actually. So Clutch must do something about this. They are badly positioned, and they are going to be losing their base before too long. So they're going to claim this one as Jensen pushes in.
Team Liquid have the high ground. Clutch are forced into a bad spot, so they're forcing Baron. They're forcing them to come and fight.
Desperation, they find the stun, they pull back Sejuani. Look how tanky he is, and he's pulled back by CoreJJ. Where is the re-engage? When does the stun land? Xmithie stays safe, Redemption buys his space. Jensen in the back line, finds a couple of stuns. Big damage out of Lux through the shields over the top, and Lira running out of health. A big stun for Doublelift. There's the kills, but it's 2 for 2 so far. But will it be more? Cody Sun finds his third. It's actually Clutch Gaming who win the team fight so far with shields and full health. He's happy to keep doing more.
There's minions on top side as well. Team Liquid, Xmithie's going to actually cut them off. They're gonna
spotted.
This red buff Caitlyn's pretty dangerous, but Doublelift has huge burst damage.
Xmithie should be able to take pretty good damage here. Vulcan very low on mana, like for stun. They find the slow, they find the stun. The big shield comes out. Look at the burst, and not the cutest yet, but Doublelift can go for the next Q, and he's got the shutdown. The power cord so strong as Vulcan is running, only by the single route though, and the next shot will get a double kill. 5, 2, and 6 on the Sona. Looking at Huni now as well. Can he find the slow? He can. That might just be enough. Sejuani comes forward, needs 2 more autos. They're gonna get the kills. The cleanup comes through. Xmithie is on a rampage, and they're in the mid lane now as well as CoreJJ solos a turret. TP comes in from the top lane. His Impact now joining in as well. And Team Liquid could maybe close the game out. It's 4 versus 2 right now. Waiting 15 seconds for respawns. Another one for the Sejuani. Lira's trying to run. He'll be shut down as well. 6 kills for the Battle Sedge. And the second turret will drop. Team Liquid will remain in control of first place as they will take down Clutch Gaming in 29 minutes. 6 and 2 for TL.
You were talking in Champion Select, Freak, about North America being one of the regions that has a higher priority on Sona than most others.
Yep.
You get a little glimpse of it there as to why. I'm a little bit sad we didn't get to see the death cap, so it draws even more attention.
Yep.
But I have to say, MVP of that game for me was still Xmithie.
Same.
Setting up everything for the team.
He is the reason the bot lane was turned around quickly. I've seen so many of these Caitlyn Lux lanes just abuse Sona, push her turret down in 10 minutes, go top and get that one as well, and you never get to the back line. Her DPS just too high. This did not happen. A 5-death game for Cody Sun, largely led by Xmithie, and getting into that bot lane, turning things around, getting Doublelift on the board. Team Liquid with a very solid game, 29-0-4 the end score, 17-8 in kills.
I believe that is 4 wins in a row for Team Liquid too, heading into MSI. Not all of them clean.
No.
Definitely scrappy, especially the first 2, but definitely regaining their form heading to international competition, giving fans some more hope and some more confidence.
That's 2 for 2 of Rift Rivals teams getting wins on the last day before they go into it. So you think of Cloud9, you think of Team Liquid, TSM later in the day coming as well. If your hope is for the LCS to do well, at least those teams look to be a bit more on form heading into that tournament. So that's always my hope, because that's in 4 days.
Yeah, exciting, right? It's creeping up on us. That's going to come really quickly.
Thursday, stay tuned.
Don't
Just FYI.
Yeah, don't miss that one. For Clutch, though, I have to say, this team looks so much better now, right? They have a clear game plan. I mean, even at the beginning of the game, Huni's playing a lot more cognizant of the enemy jungler. He got his solo kill. He avoided a lot of the early pressure. So I think their team overall keeping those improvements, but not enough to take down Team Liquid.
Not enough to take them down, but they are still close to the top of the standings. We're going to send it down to Avli, who's standing by with the victorious mid laner.
Thanks, guys. Jensen, congratulations on the game, but I'm not really focused on that. I'm focused on what's happening next week. Rift Rivals, we going to get the revenge on G2?
We're absolutely going to smash EU and G2.
Oh, that is what I like to hear. Okay, so let's get the lowdown. We got Fnatic, we got Origin, we got G2 coming back. What do you think about these teams coming in to NA?
I mean, we lost to G2 at MSI, so they're obviously good, but I haven't really seen too much of the other teams. They don't look nearly as good to me, so I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to smash the two other teams, but I think our match against G2 is going to be pretty close.
I'm so excited for this. I really want the rematch. Let's just think about all the other EU mid laners then. We got Nemesis coming from Fnatic. We got Nuke Duck from Origin, and of course Caps you're familiar with. What do you think about the other two?
I've watched Nuke Duck a lot, and I thought he's really good in lane, so he's always a player that I've looked out for. I don't really know too much about Nemesis, haven't really seen him too much, so I can't really judge him. But, I mean, obviously we have Caps, who is really good, so it'll be fun.
And this is, excuse me, this is NA versus EU. So with that, is there going to be any camaraderie between you, TSM, and again, C9?
I don't think so because, I mean, we're still also focusing on the regular season, so we don't want to give away too much to the other teams. But, I don't know, we're just going to have a fun tournament and then hopefully win.
Awesome. That's smart, and I'm very excited to see it. But Jensen, thank you again. And for more on the game, let's hear from the State Farm Analyst Desk.
Thank you, Avli. Have a fun tournament. Hopefully win. I align with those goals. I don't know about
That's my typical day.
Right? Yeah.
If I can win and
I'll
have
take
fun.
that.
If I can fit winning in my schedule, I usually go. If I can win the lottery and have fun.
All right, just after lunch, we'll do some winning. How about that? No, but for Team Liquid, it's going to feel good to have a 2-0 weekend moving into Rift Rivals. They are number one seed for North America in that tournament. And you can hear from Jensen quite obviously in the back of their heads is that loss to G2 at MSI, but believing that they very much can stack up against the likes of all three of the EU squads.
I'm a little concerned. He didn't seem to know anything about the other two teams. Fnatic just beat G2.
They're undefeated. Just beat G2.
I mean, they're busy focused on this game, you know, where they're running Sona and Tahm Kench because someone else in the world did it, so we're going to try it too. And looked okay, but it's one of those things that every time I see Doublelift on Sona playing a weird bot lane, I just don't feel very confident in it, and it kind of felt like that again throughout this game.
Which, to be fair, we so often are asking for our teams to innovate, right? We're so often asking our teams...
I wasn't on that side of the debate.
Right, no, I know, and this is what I'm saying is that, but I want to recognize the point that you're making, though, which is that in certain cases, when you take a look at the player name, right? When you look at the name above that health bar and you see Doublelift, there's only a few champions in the game that I would never want to see him on, and Sona is probably one of those champions, just knowing what his individual capabilities are.
Right, it's like you're sacrificing the ability to mechanically outplay for just button mashing because the champion has incredible synergies right now, but even though in the lane and even these ultimates, okay, you do get a carry and that's great because there's a lot of follow-up, it just doesn't give us the same rewarding feel that we're used to from seeing him outplay someone with, you know, crazy auto or crazy flashy ultimates. It's Sona.
I mean, that's the thing. Let's be honest. They were getting slammed in the bot lane until Xmithie saved them. Here in this fight, Doublelift is going to go for a fail ult right as he goes in. So you see there's no follow-up to help Jensen, who's trying to assassinate the backline. Impact shows up a little late. So now you have these two people who dove in alone, and you're not able to support them properly. And then once again, the reason that they win this game is Xmithie and him tag teaming together. You know, Sona kind of just enabling the Sejuani and healing him so he can keep running forward. To be fair, at this point in the game, you know, Sona's Q and auto attack does hurt a lot.
But that's what I was going to say, though. So let's separate these two things and discuss their value, because on one end, you have the argument for, you know, Doublelift on picks that take mechanical skill and have outplay potential is something that naturally you should want. By the same token, as you just mentioned, Mark, eventually you get to a point in a game where the power of Sona will be illustrated no matter who's piloting the champion, and ultimately it was one of the reasons why they won this game. So is it not a good thing that TL is showing us at least the potential to play a composition like this come Rift Rivals?
I think it is because when I saw Sejuani, Sona, and TK locked in, I was like, the game's already over. This is probably the strongest jungle bottom lane pick you can have right now, so it's great that Team Liquid can play to that. But they need to refine it because we've seen that coming Rift Rivals, these teams are used to playing against these shenanigans in the bottom lane, and they do bring their own flavor, like we saw with Karma Pyke.
That's what
I
my next
think
question
will
was
put
gonna
the
be,
hurt to Sona TK.
Is how does this iteration of TL interact with combos like that?
Well,
how does a Pyke Karma fare against
That's
the
exactly
Sona
why I'm
Kench?
not in favor of it, because like who's
Okay.
going to understand the weirder interactions more, G2 or TL? And the answer is G2. And so like if you want to get really good at what TL does and they just want to spam, just play some more Lux and Caitlyn like they played into you. You know, you just play the strong stuff that you know works well for your playstyle. I'm totally fine with that. I'm not asking for every team to innovate, and like I know Sona and Tahm Kench is a strong bot lane, but they were getting slammed in bot lane. They were making mistakes. They were dying. Xmithie saved the laning phase, saved the whole game. They're still not quite executing in team fights, and then no offense to Clutch, they ran it down top lane one at a time, dying to win the game. So
I think
it was close.
Yeah,
I'm just not convinced I want to see it ever again.
Right. That's one of my final takeaways is how many times Xmithie's name was mentioned within this segment as the savior of the game in ways, and we will need to have him performing at his highest level come international competition against the likes of Yanko.
90% plus kill participation this game.
Beautiful.
Literally just only missed one kill.
Right, that's what I like to see out of Xmithie and Team Liquid picking up another win to end 2-0 before heading into Rift Rivals. A reminder that Crumbs and Mark differed in their predictions for Game 4 of the week, which brings us our weekly wager. Stay tuned during the break to spam chat for what delightful ingredients will be added to the loser's strawberry banana smoothie. Complete their drink, and we'll see you here for Golden Guardians versus TSM.
Mint jelly.
Mint jelly, please.
Burger, baby!
Yeah, had a pretty big fender bender here.
State Farm's got you covered, Mike.
That's great to hear, Robin.
Everybody